to New Orleans for the All-Star Game. We're here at the Riverview Room for our special show. Thank you so much to everybody that came out here to join us. First hour is in the books here from New Orleans. Stephen A., what do you have on for hour number 2?
Well, first of all, hour number 2, we got John Wall, a legitimate all-star, giving everybody a run for their money, especially within the Eastern Conference. And, of course, Queens is in the building. Queens, New York. Kenny Smith of TNT. He'll be up here next as well. First take, hour number 2 coming at you. It's time. Let's go.
Candace Parker, a player many feel is the future of the WNBA.
Candace Parker, the most versatile women's basketball player that we've ever laid eyes on.
Parker, oh, the block shot by CP. Parker on the run. We're going to get a dunk here. Yes! She did it! Lisa Leslie did it first. Candace Parker did it second.
That's it! They are your 2016 WNBA champions.
This is for Pat. Champion this year with the LA Sparks. Congratulations on that. And you dedicated that moment to, of course, the great Pat Summitt, who unfortunately just passed away. What was that moment like for you?
Well, it meant a lot because I think everything that she taught me, I realized in that moment. And it was really special that she wasn't able to be there in person, but I felt her spirit and I felt her inspiration the entire championship run.
Well, I miss her. She was a phenomenal coach and seemingly a phenomenal person. I had the pleasure of meeting her just one time, but she obviously was one of the great coaches in the institution as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest coaches ever. But I must admit, I also miss you, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I look at these Uconn women winning 100 straight games, and I've got women all over the place getting on me because I'm like, where's the competition in women's college basketball? I'm concerned about it. Are you?
Well, first of all, I do want to say doing anything 100 times consistently is difficult in itself, let alone winning 100 times. So you obviously have to give them credit. But I think in college basketball, it comes down to recruiting. And right now, UConn has a monopoly in that. You go to Connecticut, you're guaranteed a championship. You're guaranteed almost to have a chance to play for USA basketball. You're guaranteed a lot of different things. So I feel like that in itself is, you know, what it's about. I have to remind them, you know, when we were in college, there was a lot of parity. There were a lot of different players that went different places and challenged Tennessee and had game in, game out.
You had epic battles.
Exactly. And I have to say, you know, we did defeat them every time we played them. That's right. When I was in college. I mean, I got to throw that. I got to throw that. How do you do it? Got to throw the salt.
Right. Max, before I let you jump in, though, but what do you say to the critics that are saying the UConn women are ruining college basketball? Do you think that's an accurate statement?
Well, I don't think Connecticut is ruining college basketball. People that are going against them have to figure out how to recruit against them. You have to figure out what your niche is and go in there and whether it's tell the best player that you can bring change. I think this generation, a lot of things come easy. They want the quick fix. They want things that happen fast. And winning, I mean, it feels good.
You are now, I mean, you're finals MVP at the highest level of women's basketball on planet Earth, right? And two-time Olympic gold medalist in addition to that, which maybe that's the highest competition on planet Earth among women. As accomplished as you are, it seems to me, as a pro, that the college women's game, just much as it was like the men's college game was once more popular than the pros, that the college women's game, in spite of UConn's dominance maybe, or maybe because of it, is still more popular than the pros. People care about it more, it seems to me. What has to happen in the WNBA to, as the NBA once did, pass college?
Well, you look at these franchises in the NBA, and they have 70, 80 years of people repping these franchises. I mean, you look at college, Tennessee is deep-seated. I mean, these fans go way back. The WNBA is 20 years young. In the 70s, NBA was on tape delay. The finals were on tape delay. People didn't even watch it live. That's true. So you have to understand that in order for things to grow, we kind of have to understand the process and to absorb the process and realize that we're going to go through growing pains, but we're still here. I mean, we're the longest-standing women's sports league ever in the United States, and I think that speaks for itself.
Here's a kind of a dumb question I'm sure you get a lot, but Like, because you have dunked in a game, right? Like, you're one of the first, the Lisa Leslie, the first to dunk in a WNBA game. Do there need to be more dunks? Does it need to be more of a kind of high-flying act?
Well, I think our kind of game, we're not going to try to compete with Anthony Davis. We're not going to try to compete. Yeah. We're not going to, I'm not dunking like Anthony Davis. I'm not special. Obviously, there was a debate about 8 feet, 10 feet. I think we need to keep the rims at 10 feet, and we need to understand that there's a process. They weren't dunking like AD in the 70s. They weren't dunking like AD in the 80s. Well, maybe. But you know, I think it's a process, and we see women playing more above the rim. But our game is the team aspect of it and making everybody else better and passing and just the pure aspect of basketball.
I have a different view in that, and I'm really interested in hearing your take on this because I put the responsibility on women to elevate their sport. And here's what I mean by this. Even with males, even with the sports that exist that involve males, if you cater to some degree to women and get their interest elevated, it has proven to benefit leagues exponentially. So what I'm saying is that if that's the case, why can't the WNBA, why can't women's college basketball and others do more to cater to women to get them interested in their very own sports?
Well, as women, we have to empower other women. Right. And it's no secret in the society.
Amen to that. Can we get that?
That's basically what I'm saying.
Exactly. And I agree with you. In this society, I think women as a whole struggle with uplifting other women. And that has to be priority. I mean, in order for one another to succeed, we have to want each other to succeed. And whether it be, you know, there's a women's soccer league, whether I go and attend a game or they come to ours, or just supporting other women and uplifting it. And then I think, you know, the men will follow too.
Is it like, I don't know how to put this, is it insulting at all that here we are, NBA All-Star Weekend, we got the men's game coming up and everything, I'm sure you're a fan and follow that, and when you show up on a TV show, it's like women's basketball, WNBA, etc., and we're not getting, like, you know, for example, the All-Star game this week, there are questions about Westbrook and KD and all that, and you don't get asked about that. You know, is that insulting or is it good because you're pumping up women's basketball?
I like pumping up women's basketball. I do have several opinions about the men's game, but, you know, I'm really excited. Obviously, I'm a huge fan. I've been a fan forever of NBA, and I'm excited to be here.
How are you feeling about this culture that exists now where we see stars pairing up with one another as opposed to competing against one another? What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I've been with the Sparks for 9 years. Been through ups and downs. You know, we have been through a lot of downs, but it made winning more sweet. So I'm kind of that. I'm going to be with the Sparks for the rest of my career as long as they want me. And I don't hate on anybody else that makes the best decision. I mean, I say, you know, the average businessman wants to change jobs. Nobody harps on them. Nobody changes that. That's your personal decision. And that's the way I look at it. These are people trying to make money and support their family. So I support them.
Okay.
But to stay with one team for your career, if you can, a champion like you, it's incredible for a player's legacy. But let's go
Best basketball team in LA, by the way.
Yeah. Shots fired. Candace, who are you looking forward to schooling tonight? Celebrity All-Star game, you're going to be playing in it.
Yes. Very excited about playing in the Celebrity game. I'm trying to figure out which Mamba mentality I'm going to have.
Yes.
Whether it's going to be the Mamba that comes out and just shows that, you know, he can pass.
Right.
Or the Mamba that comes out and is like, well, you guys have to respect me. So I'm trying to figure out which mentality.
Well, here's what I say. You're a champion. You're a champion. That gives you the right to do what you want.
Oh, I can do what I want? All right.
You do what you want to do.
And finals MVP, by the way.
All right.
It'll be fun. We're looking forward to seeing you tonight. Thank you so much for everything, and appreciate everything you said about women as well.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Coming up next from New Orleans, KD and Russ haven't exactly been on good terms, but they will be teammates on Sunday where there be any drama. Plus, up next we have John Wall joining us. Are Wizards about to make noise in the playoffs? You know Stephen A.'s fired up about it. There he is, joined by the band. First take, back in a moment.
Dominique Wilkins threw 2 nets down with that dunk.
They call this man the human highlight film.
else is making it fun for us? Dominique Wilkins. Thank you so much for being here. Hall of Famer, 9-time All-Star, 2-time dunk champion with us on behalf of the Verizon Slam Dunk Contest. Thank you for making time for us this
Actually,
morning.
4-time. I just got credit for 2.
Fair enough. Dominique, on that note, I want to start there. It's today's MJ's 54th birthday, and for some of our younger audience, can you tell us about that showdown at 88 in the dunk contest?
Man, wow. Probably the greatest dunk contest ever. I'm a little biased, because it's Mike and myself. But, the thing at the end of the day, no matter who won, the fans got their money's worth. And that's what we were all about, is putting on a show.
I always wondered, does it grate you at all that you didn't get the edge in that? I actually thought a legitimate argument could have been made that you won that contest.
Most people feel that way.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Probably one.
He just told you he has 4.
Probably one.
I got you.
Now, what was your objection, that Mike did the dunk from the free throw line twice?
Well, actually, it wasn't that. It's that I saved my best dunk for last. And I got a 50 on the previous one. That wasn't my best one. Right. And so, again, saved the best one for last. I got 47. I looked up, I'm like, uh-oh. It ain't going to work out too good.
It's interesting. You bring up the fact that back in the day, old school, loved going at it. Y'all wanted to put on the show, etc. When you look at today's generation of players, what do you see as the difference between you guys and what they are today, and how do you feel about that difference?
Well, if you look at the Slam Dunk Contest, and this year is the Verizon Slam Dunk Contest, which fans who have the Verizon Unlimited data plan can watch NBA content all weekend long. But, the thing that was different, the passion and the level of passion that we brought to every one of these contests. As a player, period, we love to compete against one another, and that was what we were all about. We were all about seeing who was the best. We wanted to know who the best was.
And it was the best players in the world who could dunk, competing against the best players in the world who can dunk. You told me something today, Neat, that is killing me right now. I wish you hadn't have told it. You hadn't have told me. I'm a Knicks fan, long-suffering, 43 years old, never seen him win a championship. And some Knicks fans here. What's the matter with you that you're still Knicks fans is the question. The point is that you told me that in '88, when you were a free agent, and you haven't talked about this, you were seriously considering going where instead of going back to the Hawks?
Well, I wouldn't say I was considering it, that the opportunity came up for probably to play with the Knicks, with Ewing. And, of course, I'm a Hawk. And so I decided to go back and stay.
You realize all the Knicks needed was a 3 that kind of fit your description exactly, and then maybe win a couple championships.
Yeah, it had been a great team, no question about it. But, Atlanta, I wanted to win a championship for Atlanta. And I forget it was 87, 88. I forget the year I was a free agent. But, hey, I wanted to go back to Atlanta and win that championship.
Well, listen, I'm hearing what he's saying. I don't know how much of a great mix you would have been with Ewing, to be quite honest with you. Because, don't get me wrong, you would have been the best offensive player as a teammate he ever had. But Ewing wanted the ball. You damn sure wanted the ball. I don't know who was going to give up the ball.
We'd have had to have a private conversation. Look, man, I'm first option, bro.
Let me switch subjects here and go back to the slam dunk contest. I don't know if you've probably been asked this before, but I haven't asked you. How do you feel about the fact that the player universally recognized as the greatest in the world, one named LeBron James, the one thing he has never done is participate in the slam dunk contest? How do you feel about that?
Man, I would love to see him in the.